Diego si Moro, VP.
Naku, lakad mo tatang, lakad mo tatang!
Normally.
Save. Not that great versus Lasso, but
I mean, it's good against grip. It's good against a lot of the epicenter damage. There's things like that that it can really protect you from. So
Team, of course, being so good early on. But as we say this, bottom lane, Zoom Zigzag is Firefly over in the mid lane. Bastille's got 6 stacks. All right, that is an easy solo kill here for MTD.
Yeah, the kills had to come at some point, and there it is. You know, there's the tiny toss back on bot lane.
Still alive here on the Tusk. He ended up using some of those shards to make sure that they couldn't get the final hits off as Zoom Zigzag is over here in the mid lane, gonna try to get a D-ward here, and they do have the lasso up. They'll drag back over onto the Snapfire, and that will be the first lasso used. A little bit of a chase now over on to maybe next time. He's gonna be able to get the bounty rune at the
Hits him, or he sleeps the Snapfire to prevent the little shredder coming in. But again, it's about positioning, being in the right place at the right time. Ooh, the Baden gank.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a dive here because Baden making his way to the bottom area. They're trying to just close the gap over here onto Lodi, which they should be able to with that snowball. Shards coming into place, and ooh, he's still alive. You gotta hit him a couple more times. You could tell he did have the brain sap, but eventually they'll collect on the kill. But like we saw in the top lane, the second that they realized Baden had made his way down to this bottom lane, they started pressuring the Drow.
That's a little roller coaster where they've got 3 cores now top net worth, but the way in which they move around the map right now is very fluid. You know, Sand farming their stacks, like you mentioned, back going for the invasion. They support Pugner, eventually has chipped down this top tower.
Well, that's just going to be a Bane erased immediately, and they started coming in a little bit one by one. But that's a nice avalanche here. They're going to put out some more damage over to Ember. Ember's just going to dip. Rest of the team making their way over. They can see this Drow. They're going to go and be able to hit back, followed with the Burrow Strike, with all of that Firefly. They'll take out Reality, and they're going to go drag it back over here, over onto the Snapfire, but did get saved a little bit, but is he going to be able to make it out? No, he's not, as he'll fall, and so will Phantasma. And the teleports are coming, and they're coming in one at a time. This is not looking great here, as this Avalanche doing a lot of damage to Steele. He's trying to get the damage out too. Snowball coming back in, trying to buy Chakao a little bit of time, but it's a triple kill now for Pleb. I think it might have been even more than that had Bastille not been invisible.
Towers are like pretty much like a half HP, and I'm pretty sure CHILLAX are going to want to defend it.
Yeah, the pressure being placed down, and they do manage to find themselves the Tusk right off the bat, but again, it's kind of that meat shield in the front as they do find Zoom Zigzag. They already lost maybe next time. Phantasma now running here. The Firefly over here on the bat, right? He's very speedy, right? He's got the boots to travel as well, but is going to be able to escape here on the side of it.
You can't really wait for an item like a Blink on this Tusk. An off-lane Tusk, you pick it to try and do well in lane, to snowball, you know, pardon the pun, into the game, and it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we get the Nightmare, and the Fiend's Grip has already been used. Zoom Zigzag trying to get away. Has a couple stacks of that sticky napalm, though. And it feels like Winter Bears, they've just decided we're going to leave Zoom Zigzag to just die. We don't want to take this fight. Not here, not now.
And Omi going to cut off now instead. But no, this is an 8k lead at, you know, 16 minutes, and this is one of those games where if you want to understand where teams build a lead, it's through not just farming efficiently, but failed moves. When you force your team to group up, as you know, CHILLAX walk in, get a Tusk kill. When you force your team to group up and try and take an objective, and you're spending 1-2 minutes hitting it, and then your opponent isn't using many resources to rebuttal that aggression, that lead is just going to feel so big, and that's exactly what's happened here. And I've already...
Oh, hold on. I thought we were going to see an epicenter. Looks like they're waiting for the rest of the team to show up. So I do see Zoom Zigzag. Should be an easy pick off here on the Snapfire. And now Pleb. Okay, they used the dust. And there's the Avalanche Shards giving a little bit of space, but the blink coming out from Omi. He's got the Sandstorm. Snowball going forward from Kachala's trying to buy a bit more time. Toss up into the air, though. Walrus Punch. It's not going to be enough. It was a valiant effort, though.
And how quickly MTD and Lodin cut behind the tier 2 as well. They were hoping to find like a straggler, quick grip and a kill, but no. Winter Bear out.
Whew. I was going to say, though, it's difficult, right? Because the Ember is one of the few people on the team for Winter Bears that can kind of push out these lanes, being more of a risk. Owned Me jumping over onto the back lines immediately, like we talked about the cookie hop forward. Snowball buying Reality just a little bit more. They need to close the gap, and they will be able to get the kill on Reality. Then take down Zoom Zigzag, even though we get some of those kisses on the ground. We'll end up losing Kachal, and now MTD just bouncing back over onto Phantasmas. A whole other fight happens on the other side. The grip comes out, though, holding on to the Ember to toss up into the air. They'll lose Ember, they'll lose Phantasma. It's a team wipe.
Yeah, that was a 2v4 and a 1v3 in which CHILLAX came ahead in both 2v4 and the 3v1, sorry. And they get a rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that...
He's not even moving his camera deeper to the map, that's for sure.
Oh, Winterberry gonna try to smoke up and make a play behind, but they do spot them immediately. The Ember getting jumped to... Oh my god, Zoom Zigzag just erases. He is gonna buy back. Pleb, though. That is some power right there in that swing. Yeah, one hit over onto Phantasma, just pops the ulti. They'll take a little nap as they'll wait for that to get over here. See MNT, yeah, that's a double kill. MNT being that little battery, keeping Pleb topped off as MTD makes his way top, and he's gonna click away over here on these buildings. I don't know how Winterberry goes forward. This Tiny is so scary when he just, yeah, like just like that. And up into the, oh, they used everything on him. Oh my god, all right. Do get the Snapfire kisses though, so gonna be able to dish out a little of this damage, but that sleeping thrown over onto Zoom Zigzag is gonna make it so it doesn't do much. The Walrus Punch doesn't do anything. Katal's just melting. All right, they take down Pleb for the first time, but the rest of the team, look at them. They're paying attention to those buildings. So Pleb will just blink away, go right back, and finish off top area. Think about going forward here. Owned Me. Sandstorm, a lot of damage. Phantasma just crumbles, as does Pistol. And now Zoom Zigzag. They're just waiting patiently. That's a mighty hit, and the GG gets called. Winter Bears, they realize that they've just...
Decent mobility. They still have to worry about DK stun, but other than like Tornado, they don't have the best disables on the Winter Bear side, so...
You want to shift away, you are going to be able to farm up those ancient stacks. Maybe by, let's say minute 8, you're not waiting to get even more levels.
A little bit more pressure being placed on Owned Me. They'll jump down. Phantasma is going to be the first blood, though. After a lot of skirmishing back and forth from both teams and both sitting very low. Do end up losing the Weaver.
Took away one of the hard camp stacks. Got an aggressive ward out as well. So they will be aware when Gyrocopter does want to shift from this bot lane to the jungle. With that.
Boundless over into the bottom lane. Again, Phantasma is going to get taken out by this duo here on CHILLAX. Top lane, a little bit more pressure being placed on Kachal. Again, he's a Dragon Knight. He's fairly tanky. He's probably just going to walk it off. That Dragon Blood with 3 points in it has put pressure on the top here. Using that Dragon form is in the bottom lane. Reality is getting dove and is going to fall underneath his own tower. Kachal, time dilation, and another bash. They should have the damage this time around to slay the Dragon Knight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's that mid defense into then CHILLAX quickly punishing.
Timings, though, is the question. Anything big coming up here, T? Oh.
Other than Rarity maybe dying, that's the only big
yeah,
thing.
that seems to be a big thing. As the Chronosphere connects over onto 2, the call down, they'll still end up losing Reality, and it's not looking great here for Pistol as they'll click away. They do end up losing Ludine, though. Chal flapping those dragon wings out, but they have the Spirit Siphon. They still have some of this exorcism going on, too. Turn back around, go and land the stun. Bottom lane, a stomp, a double-edged Phantasma's squash. And now Kachal, oh, these ghostly ladies, plus the Crypt Swarm, gives a triple kill now for MTD.
And you mentioned item timings, and unfortunately...
Scout is actually so good. He does have the dust on him too, so you can see them getting into position. It's already going to time-lapse the way. And they'll pop the Stampede. Tasma, though, he's got his dancing shoes on. He'll hide over here, and a smoke play coming out from the side of Winter Bears. They realize, oh, there are some heroes that will not be able to be a part of this fight, as we see them just rip down all of the Skelly men. A little bit of a deeper dive over here, as they'll go and be able to take out Zoom Zigzag. Still trying to just give some clicks off over to Faceless Void is over on the side. Had the call down get dropped here by Reality. They'll turn their attention though over here to Pleb. They need to get this lockdown, but they have to be careful as well because they have the Exorcism. That's a lot of damage as Lodine does fall. Couple hits off here over onto MTD. The rest of them will back off. Phantasma, oh, he wants this kill. You can feel how badly he wants to get this Faceless Void. But I don't think he's going to be able to make it this time around. As MTD will back. As you can see, CHILLAX is very quickly just collapsing over here. They do manage to find themselves this DK, and he's very, very important to their initiation plans. So losing this Dragon Knight is going to make things much more difficult here for Winter Bears.
But I think that, you know, the saving grace is the fact that this entire time we haven't had to mention Reality because he's been farming. Second on the net worth now, potentially going to be overtaking the Centaur. And we didn't really see this in game one. Winter Bears were super happy to try and bring every hero to every engagement in terms of their comeback mechanism. But this time, it's pretty much 4 heroes versus the world. Reality, please get your BKB and then join. You know, Zoom, Zigzag, Dying Bottom, it really doesn't matter to the grand scope of the game right now. Like, their one condition that they have is get this BKB on the gyrocopter, make her smoke. Hopefully we are already fallen over. This is actually a really nice play. This is, I'm casting from the floor. But the fact that they have, you know, no Chrono, no Exo, you get an Aegis. This is now going to allow you that buffer time to fight into the next Chrono. So beautiful stuff from Winter Bear. This is, yeah, takes some discipline to be able to try and make that call. But yeah.
Oh, they found themselves a monkey. This is looking good here for the Winter Bear. And they'll get a nice quick pick off and put some pressure on the tier 2. You can see the teleports are coming out though. They do have the center over here. More teleports coming in. Along, okay, there's it is. There's Stomp Forward. They're gonna try to burst down Reality. The follow-up. There's a lot of damage on this DK. Oh my goodness, he is gonna pop it on the back line. So is that Aegis over on the gyrocopter. Pastel running for his life. Gyro coming right back up again. Get a couple of these nice bashes. We'll end up losing Pestle, and it's not looking good here for Reality. Despite popping that BKB, he is going to fall, and Phantasma is going to have to just Sakuchi out of there.
Oh.
You know, there, Zoom Zigzag was not close by at that time. Just even like a blinding light might have been able to do enough work. They could have just disengaged, right, when CHILLAX, they just jumped on them. But Fireball being placed over onto the ground. Pleb continuing to wail away on the buildings. Does have the Chronosphere should they need it. And do have the backdoor protection kicking in. So they're going to have to work a little bit harder now that the Exo is down. Zoom Zigzag just continuously to put out those eliminates, but the creeps are joining into the building now. Jump forward, but the Lotus Orb will be able to protect as they're looking. Get the Chronosphere over onto the back lines. They just chase after the Dragon Knight. He is toast, and they're going to end up losing Pestle too, so there's no Invoker. Reality is BKB has run out. They jump onto the gyrocopter, and he just cannot stay alive as Zoom Zigzag gets ripped apart by Pleb. And the bottom racks, down she goes.
Barrel onto the next tower. Exo up once again.
I mean, Zoom Zigzag, he's just continuously trying to put out... Okay, maybe, perhaps they can get enough damage over onto this Faceless Void. Oh no, it was so close there. You saw the Weaver on the back lines. He really wanted this kill. Phantasma is going to have to time-lapse, run himself away. As the rest of Winter Bear trying to figure out how do we get in here. We don't want to initiate over onto the Centaur. He's just far too tanky. Just gonna have to keep relying on the Keeper of the Light, perhaps, although they do jump over onto the back lines. They get a decent amount of damage over onto MTD. The follow-up with that Lotus Orb. Couple of hits will turn their attention back over onto Own Me. Are they finally gonna get it? Yes, they are. They're gonna finally take down the Centaur, and the chase is on. Maybe next time. Nice Boundless will slow them down. They really want this Death Prophet, but the Blink is back up. They get the stun. EMP is going to get dropped on top of it, plus that Vessel Charge. As Pleb joining back in. He's sitting a little low, though. A good stop, though, coming out from Own Me over onto 2. They'll end up losing Pleb, though, over on the other side, as maybe next time will fall to Reality, but Reality, he's going to fall himself, as now they're trying to get off some more damage over onto Own Me, over onto Lodine. Toss up into the air. They've got it off here. Kachal sitting so very low. A big Illuminate coming through. Yes, Zoom Zigzag finally going to be able to take down over here. And now the chase is on Lodine. They'll finally get it. All right, they will finally manage to get a team wipe over onto CHILLAX.
Ooh, All right. A team wipe and a couple diebacks. That was, 7 kills going the way of Winterbear. The Ench and the Centaur, both with a little dieback. And I didn't expect CHILLAX.
No, seeing signs of life though coming out from Winterbear. It's throwing me off because their name is Winterbear and I keep wanting to be like Winter Bears. And we do have the Ignis Patus, which is a pretty decent team fight spell because it's going to make sure that they can take down maybe next time the Dragon back over onto MTD. And it's still going though. They didn't manage to take it down. A heal coming out from Coddle. It's going to be able to keep them alive a little bit longer, but these ghosts are doing so much damage. In reality, he just needs to click on something. He's not going to be able to finish off this Death Prophet. And again, Phantasma, he gets very, I don't want to say he's greedy, but he smells blood in the water and he wants to kill, but has to be careful.
CHILLAX they just don't stop. They just keep, they're running at you, they're using spells. If they have long cooldowns on their spells, but with how long these fights are drawn out and how kind of weird positions they're in, it's allowing CHILLAX to keep going and going and going. So every time Winterbears finally turns the tide, gets a key kill, gets a little bit of a wipe, CHILLAX is running back at them, and Winterbears, unfortunately, again, wasn't in...
That Kachal, they're hiding over here in the corner, pleb. It's gonna keep going back and forth, hop down here. They really would love to jump at the Coddle, but it's a beautiful, just grabbing. And on the back lines, they end up losing MTD, so this Ignis Patus is doing quite a bit of damage. So it keeps pushing them back down. This Enchantress is going to be slept. It's going to take too much damage, as is maybe next time. So Winterbear finding the opening, getting the kill on 3.
Yeah, nice stuff. Just so defensively positioned, things have to go right. And now they've come over across the hurdle of where's the damage. We saw it there, right? It's the Cataclysm.
Okay, this Lotus up. They gotta get over there fast enough. They have to be careful. Again, he does have that double damage, and Own Me sitting very close behind, waiting to protect him if necessary. No Chronosphere though. Roche obviously not up. They'll make a jump though, over onto the center, but over onto the back lines. Okay, they've got the Tornado. Own Me can't seem to decide. Does he want to go in? Does he not want to go in? BKB getting popped here from the Gyrocopter as they're hunting for Pleb. Pleb going to the low ground. Oh, Pestle. They have the vision. They had a sentry in place, but perhaps they can kill off the Spaceless Void. Can they keep him in place long enough is the question. They don't seem to have the tools. As the Chronosphere is now up, Fireball getting placed on the ground, just trying to put any damage that they can, but it's not looking good. The Gyrocopter, he is going to fall now as Kachal runs for his life, does have the blink up. Looks like he should be able to make it out. They dust up over onto Phantasma. He is going to use that time.
Has no fear of death. Only a poor time walk or a misplaced, a wasted Chronosphere is going to maybe put him in a dying position. But yeah, this is just use the big spells and take the base. They don't think they can do anything.
They kill Zoom Zigzag. It's going to be the Cataclysm. Oh, they get Lil Pleb here. So maybe next.
Right. Trinkets.